Imagine waking up to the sound of your garden shed being ransacked, not by thieves, but by a self-appointed neighborhood dictator armed with a clipboard and a superiority complex. That's how my nightmare started in the sleepy suburb of Willow Creek, where picket fences hid petty tyrants. I, Alex Turner, had just moved in, inheriting my grandma's cozy bungalow with its quirky vegetable patch that backed onto the community's pristine greenbelt. It was a crisp Saturday morning when I spotted her through the kitchen window, Barbara Klein, the HOA president, waddling into my backyard like she owned the deed. She was a hefty woman in her 50s, squeezed into a floral blouse that screamed, "I'm in charge," her face pinched like she'd sucked on a lemon for breakfast. "This tomato trellis is 2 inches over the height limit," she barked into her phone, snapping photos as if documenting a crime scene. I stepped out, coffee in hand, and said calmly, "Morning, Barbara. You realize this is private property, right?" She whirled around, her double chin quivering. "Mr. Turner, as per Article 4, Section 2, all exterior modifications must enhance community aesthetics. Your jungle here is a blight." I bit back a laugh. My jungle was 5 tomato plants and a compost bin. But rumors had already spread, neighbors whispering I was the slob, turning Willow Creek into a farmstead. I stayed silent, watching her scribble notes, knowing silence was my sharpest tool. Things escalated when the first violation notice arrived. A neon pink slip demanding I rip out my garden or face a $500 fine. For the greater good, it read, signed with Barbara's flourish. I ignored it, but she didn't. Days later, she showed up with a lackey, a skinny guy in khakis measuring my fence like it was enemy territory. "This encroaches on the communal vibe," she declared, her voice dripping with fake concern. "We can't have vegetables clashing with our manicured lawns. Think of the property values." The guy glanced at me nervously as my old hound, Max, growled from the porch. "Barbara," I said evenly, "your vibe sounds a lot like control freakery. Ever heard of minding your own business?" She huffed. "Community standards aren't optional, Mr. Turner. They're what separate us from chaos." "Chaos? From tomatoes?" I snapped a photo of her on my property and posted it anonymously on the neighborhood app. "Who's the real encroacher?" Likes poured in, with comments like, "Queen Bee oversteps again." Her face at the next HOA meeting was priceless, red as my ripest beefsteak. But Barbara doubled down, spreading flyers calling my yard a health hazard and eyesore magnet. Neighbors started side-eyeing me at the mailbox, mumbling about that troublemaker. I endured it, documenting everything quietly. Her late-night inspections caught on my Ring camera, her emails laced with veiled threats. Then came the vandalism. My compost bin overturned, plants yanked up, with a note, "Comply or else." I knew it was her. The floral perfume lingered like bad karma. At the community barbecue, I confronted her subtly. "Nice event, Barbara. Shame about the sabotage. Cops might love my footage." She smiled sweetly, but her eyes flashed panic. "I have no idea what you mean. We must maintain order for everyone's sake." The crowd murmured. One guy snorted. "Order? You mean your ego trip?" Laughter rippled, and she stormed off, her authority cracking like cheap plastic. The peak hit one stormy night when my alerts pinged. Barbara, drenched and desperate, creeping toward my shed with spray paint and wire cutters. "You'll ruin us all," she muttered, defacing my fence with non-compliant. I flipped on the floodlights, Max barking wildly. "Game over, Barbara," I called, phone recording. She froze, paint dripping down her arms, looking utterly ridiculous, like a bloated raccoon caught in the trash. "This is for the community," she shrieked, but her voice wavered. "No, this is you losing your grip," I replied coolly. Neighbors, drawn by the commotion, gathered, phones out, filming her meltdown. She's been fining us for years over nonsense, one yelled. The sheriff arrived, cuffing her for trespassing and destruction. As they led her away, she whimpered, I just wanted perfection. Her board ousted her the next day. Emails exposed her petty schemes. In the aftermath, Willow Creek breathed easier, no more absurd rules. Just folks tending gardens freely. I replanted, watching tomatoes thrive without tyranny. Barbara slunk away, a cautionary tale of power gone sour. But here's the twist. Was she the villain? Or just a product of a system that rewards busybodies? You tell me, was standing up to her justice? Or did I push too far?